Okay, I'm back for part 2. We had made the circle square to go into a 3D box, and this time I want to try using 2 elements to show you how you can mix things up. And again, this is still from that same mix of elements that I had brought up in the first video. So I want to use this one. I think I'm going to use it in the corners, and I want to place this one in the center. So I'm going to take this and grab these 2 together, go to my justification and hit that red box, and now I know that these are centered together. And if I group it together and go down to transparent group, this is what you're going to get in the center of your box. So I'm going to go back again because we're going to add some more things to it. So I want to do this, but when I go to place this, it's going to be too big, first of all, and I also need to shrink it down. I don't want it to be that big. I want this to be the center of attention, and this one here just kind of like another accentuation. But I need to make sure that it's directly in the corner, and I also want to make sure that I have a 1/4 inch rim around the inside of this box that does not have any cutting on it whatsoever, because in reality you're going to be doing this designing right on your box. And this square here really should be a kiss cut line, because that's what it would be if it was on the box. So I'll leave that a kiss cut line for the time being just so you can see. But what I need to do is I'm going to take this, well actually I'm not going to click on it yet. I'm going to go over here to inline outline, click on it and bring it up. And right now it is clicked on outline. I need it to be on the inline. So I'm going to click on inline and unclick the outline. And I want about a 1/4 inch around here, and that's what I already have listed up there. So I'm just going to click on my box. If I didn't have that, I would be putting in here 0.25 for 1/4 inch. And I'm going to hit OK. And that's about right. But I can't see what I'm doing. I'm going to close that box out. I can't see what I'm doing this way, so I'm going to click on that red box and I'm going to take the color fill out. So now I have that red dash line, which I'm going to make solid just so that you could see it better. And I'm going to make it a little bit lighter. Why are you not changing? I guess maybe because of the color that I have this. Let me make this one white. Yeah, now you can see the red. I just want some contrast. So I'm going to bring this in, and that looks like it's about the right size, and I'm going to zoom in closely and just back out. Actually, maybe if I do this. There we go. It's not going to match perfect because these are designs that I've collected. These are designs that maybe other people have made as part of their other design, like pieces of their design. Some of these are things that I have made myself, but what I'm saying is it's not perfect. So what I want to do is make sure that the tips of these outer corner leaves are touching that red box. Okay, I need to go up a little bit on that. Like I said, it's not perfect. And now I'm going to scroll up slightly so that I can see the left side. So I'm going to go to the left slightly. And as you can see, this one is touching, this one isn't, but that's okay. I know it's not perfect. Your naked eye is not going to be able to tell. I just don't want it to go beyond that red box. So that's what I'm after right now. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit, actually a little bit more, and bring it down like this. And while I have it selected, I'm going to hit Alt-D for duplicate. And I'm going to put my cursor on it. I'm going to hold my Shift key down the same time that I'm still holding down my left mouse button, and I'm going to slide it on up to that corner. Okay? So now I'm going to grab the 2 of these together and put my cursor on one of them and hold my Shift key down and my left mouse button down, and I'm going to slide them on over to the right. And I forgot to duplicate it, didn't I? Oh well, so I'll do that now. Hit Alt-D, and I keep hitting my left mouse key. I'm sorry. I need to hit on my keyboard. I need to make sure that these are grouped together, and I'm going to hit Alt-D on my keyboard. Now I'm going to put my cursor over it, hit my Shift key and my left mouse button, and I'm going to slide them to the left again. Okay, and I'm going to zoom in. If one of these matches, both will match. Okay, it looks like it's touching, it's not going beyond the red line. Do the same thing over here. This is going beyond. So what I need to do is get my move button again. And I'm going to group these two together. And I need to use my arrow keys. And I'm going to zoom in now and see whether that's pretty close. And it is. Like I said, the naked eye is really not going to be able to tell. So I have the start of a design, and I'm going to get rid of that red line now because I don't need that anymore. That was just my guide. And like I said, this would be on a box, like maybe a box lid or something. And you're going to take this, and just to see what it looks like, I'm going to go over here to that lock key that says Group with Transparency, and that's the image that you have so far, which is kind of pretty. Not good enough for me, though. So I'm going to hit my back key and bring me back to the beginning here. And I want to add something in this section here, this section here, and this section here. I can put hearts and stuff, but sometimes just simple lines look nice. So I'm going to get my box, and I'm going to, now don't forget, I don't want to go beyond this area here, and I already know that that flower is already lined up with that. So I'm going to put the top of that cross right about where that flower is. I'm going to hit my shift, well, I don't want to hit my shift key for this. I'm just going to draw a real skinny box and see how that looks. Okay, that's pretty good. And I want to duplicate this a couple times, so I'm going to click on it, right click, go to multiply, and keep it about a tenth of an inch apart to the right. And I'm going to put 2 of these in just to see how it looks for the time being, and hit OK. Okay, so that looks pretty decent. I think that would look nice going all the way around. So for the time being, that's what I'm going to do. But I want to make sure that it's perfectly centered. So I'm going to grab my whole box, and I'm going to hit R for rotate. And I need to make that blue area of the angle 90. So I'm going to hit 90 on my keyboard. I need to make sure everything's grouped together, and I'm going to hit apply. Good. Now what I can do is grab those little lines and grab the outside of this box here and hit my justification, and I'm going to hit the center line. Okay. So now I know that those are lined up. And I kind of like that look. Let's look to see. I'm going to hit that lock again. Yeah, I kind of like that. I think I would like them just a little bit closer to one another, though. But you know what? Maybe I will leave it the same, because otherwise that might tear, because you need to have some distance between them. But we'll try it out and see what happens. So I'm going to grab these, and I'm going to hit Alt-D to duplicate once more. And I'm going to hold my Shift key and my left mouse button, and I'm going to slide the duplicate pair up so that it's kind of aligned with the tips of these other 2 flowers on either end of it. I think I need to come down with the arrow key, and we can tweak this later. And I'm going to grab this group again. This time I'm going to group it, and I'm going to go hit duplicate and apply. That gives me another set. And I'm going to bring these over here, and I need to do the same thing that I did before all over again. I'm going to put a box around everything, hit apply, and now that brought the spare pair down here. So I'm going to click on it in the outer box, and I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to hit horizontal vertical. Oh, I hit the wrong one. I do that sometimes. I want to hit the center one. So now I know that they're centered. I'm going to click on them, and I'm going to come in close to that too, because I want to see whether I need to go out a little bit. I want to make sure that they're lined up with the tip, and as you can see, they're not. They need to come down a little bit. So let's take care of that now. Okay, so now I'm going to click on them. I'm going to hit Alt-D. My cursor slid away from me. I'm going to hold my Shift key, my left mouse button, and I'm going to slide these on up. And as you can see, the screen is going to move with me. That's okay. And I'm going to try to line them up with the tips of those other flowers. So now I'm going to back out, and let's group these together and see how we like that. I'm going to put it in like a navy or black. I'm going to try black. There we go. I think you get a better view that way. And I mean, that's how simple it is to make something like this. So now we have this section in here. We could leave it plain or we could add something to that. I'll leave that up to you because sometimes you need some empty sections to put artwork. You can put some pen work around here if you wanted. You can do whatever you like. But that's how you use like 2 elements in a square. I'm going to stop this video now, and in the next video I'm going to show you how to take a different shape other than a square to add some elements to. I hope that this has been helpful for you. See you in the next video.